Right. Okay. So somebody just asked about a peg. One example, the most famous example of the peg is pegging to gold. I'll always pay, trade dollars for gold. A lot of countries peg to the dollar. The peg, if it's just fixed, is a version of fixed rates. Some people have, that's not usually what people do. They have a crawling peg, some sort of mobile peg, which is this compromise between fixed and floating. There's a range in which we'll trade. It's not, I mean, think about, this doesn't really work well as a store, but it's like you come into the store and the store says, the banana is between $1 and $1.25. You're like, what am I supposed to pay? It depends on where you are in line. And that's really the case. The price of the banana can move between $1 and $1.25, and it's going to change depending on where you are in line. So it's this compromise. Pursuant to the question about when do you peg? You peg when you're a tiny little country that can't support your own currency. Maybe for national reasons or because you don't quite trust the US or whoever, you don't want to just use the dollar. But seriously, you're Hong Kong, you're a city. You don't have your own currency, so you have a peg to the dollar. So that's where the peg usually comes in. If you're not printing your own, you're relying on someone else to make your monetary policy because there's no point. You're so little, you're going to get overwhelmed anyway. Might as well have a peg. Now the people who want to peg to gold are crazy. I understand. I'm as critical of the Federal Reserve as anyone. The thing about gold is there's no discretion. What you're basically doing is saying, I hope we either do or don't find a lot of gold. Because when you peg to gold, the supply of gold changes everything. And so, that's just not as a rational thing to do, unless you're really, really confident that you know the future supply of gold. And if you are, fine. Other than that, you're saying, wow, I don't trust the Fed, or I don't trust the People's Bank, or whatever you don't trust, and I'm just going to hope that this gold thing works out over here. I'm going to take away the authority from the Fed and give it to gold miners. Probably not really wise. As bad as the Fed can be sometimes.